welcome back to another LOSV Life of Steph vlogs. So, we are going to just dive right into this topic. But first, yes, I am sitting outside in my garage. I have the garage open. It is nice and sunny. I know you can kind of see it's just bright out there right now, so you can't really see, but it is nice and sunny. It's a little bit of a breeze coming in, and it's flies everywhere. It's flies. But other than that, we're going to dive right into this video about my lupus story and also about miscarriages that I had, and if I think the miscarriages is related to the lupus. I don't know, but we're going to talk about it. So, if you have not watched my first lupus story, I will definitely have the link in the description. I highly suggest you go and watch that video first, because then you will get a background, because I'm probably not going to touch on everything in that first video, but I'll give you a quick rundown. So I was diagnosed with lupus in 2015 after I had a miscarriage. I had a miscarriage. Me and my husband was actually trying to have another baby. We wanted to have another one. He wanted to have a boy so bad, so we let's try to have a boy. And I ended up having the type of miscarriage where it was a sac. It was no baby, it was a sac. So they had to do a D&C. When they did the D&C, they did blood work when I went to the hospital and everything like that. And that's how they ended up finding out that I had lupus, because they was like, "Is something wrong with your blood? We need to figure out what this is. We need to get you tested for everything under the sun." And it came back that I had lupus, long story short. So since 2015, I was dealing with lupus. And that's when I had my first miscarriage. Then in 2016, I wasn't even trying to get pregnant. We wasn't trying to have a baby, but we married, things happen. And I didn't even know I was pregnant. One day I went to work. I was working at this office job, and the whole time I was there, my stomach was kind of crampy one day. I go home, and I thought that I had to use the bathroom. So I'm like, "Oh, do I have to use the bathroom? I don't know." Corey was home. He was getting ready for work when I got home. And I remember just laying on the bed one day. This was in 2016. I was laying on the bed, and I was tossing and turning, I don't know why my stomach is cramping so much. I didn't know if I was going to come on my period, if I had to use the bathroom. I didn't know what was going on. And I tried to get up to go to the bathroom, and when I tried to get up and go to the bathroom, I literally just collapsed and just blacked out, passed out. I was just laying there, and Corey and Kariah come running to me. Corey, he took a minute for him to wake me up. He rushed me to the hospital. He actually saved my life, because I could have died. What happened was, I was pregnant in my fallopian tube, and it's called an ectopic pregnancy. So I was pregnant in my fallopian tube, and the baby was growing in the fallopian tube, and it ruptured because of the growth of the baby. So the fallopian tube ruptured. So when it ruptured, I was internally bleeding. And I was internally bleeding for probably days. I had no idea. And when I went to the hospital, my blood pressure was so low. This is the hospital bed. They had to raise the hospital bed. They had to elevate the hospital bed like this. So my feet was up here, and my head was pointing down. My head was down, because my blood pressure was so low. And then they had to do a rush emergency surgery to remove that tube that ruptured, and I had to get 2 blood transfusions. It was crazy. So that was just a really crazy experience. So definitely after that, we was like, no, we don't. we really don't want any more kids. And one thing that I wish people in this world would be more sympathy, towards people that it's like just because you see a married couple, it's like people think it's okay to be like, when y'all having more kids, when y'all gonna have another one, y'all only got one kid, y'all need another kid, when is y'all gonna have another kid? Like people always say that, and it just be like, you don't know what I went through, first of all, to try to have another kid, and then for you to just say that, and then I just lost the pregnancy. It's I just hate it, I hate it, and it still happens to this day. When are y'all gonna have another baby? So let's recap. So in 2015, miscarriage, found out I had lupus. 2016, ectopic pregnancy. I don't think that was due to lupus, and then we jumped to 2021, and I had what they call it as a miscarriage. So, as some of you may know, my A1, family members on this channel. Some of you know that, at the beginning of this year, February, March, me and my family bought this house, and we did the whole first time homeowners program, and we literally had a crazy experience moving into our first house. It was really rough, it was stressful, and we felt lied to, we felt all of that. So that was a stressful situation. And on top of dealing with that, I found out that I was pregnant, and I kind of wanted to keep it under wraps, because the first reason why is because I knew that, this pregnancy may be high risk. I knew that, from the last 2 miscarriages, I was scared, and, I was like, I don't want to have another miscarriage. And on top of that, it was really hard for me to get a doctor. So I have a primary care doctor here in Florida, but Florida medical is very different from the medical that is in Ohio. My doctors was A1 in Ohio, my rheumatologist for lupus, and my, primary care doctor. They was top notch in my eyes, my experience. And so coming down here, I have a primary care doctor, but I don't have a rheumatologist. It's a long story. I'll get into it another day. But the primary care doctor is not really an OBGYN. You have to get a separate OBGYN, and that's just a whole nother thing in itself. So once you find an OBGYN, you have to get registered as a new patient. And if y'all don't know, when you register as a new patient, they make you wait a long time before they give you a doctor's appointment. Like, you can be like, it'll be January, you say, yeah, I want to, sign up as a new patient to be seen by this doctor, and they'll say, oh, we got an opening in June. And it's January, so that's pretty much kind of what happened with my situation on trying to find a doctor, OBGYN for the pregnancy. I had to find an OBGYN, and then they told me they can get me in so far down the line. And so, like I said, I found out I was pregnant in February, and I didn't end up seeing a doctor until the end of April. Beginning of May. So, yes, you guys, this is all fresh. And I went back and forth on if I wanted to share this, but I said, I can help the next person. And especially, it is Lupus Awareness Month. It's Lupus Awareness Month. May is Lupus Awareness Month. So I did want to do a lupus update, and this just falls into place. It's at the end of the month. It's the 29th. It's May 29th right now. So I said, you know what? I want to go ahead and get my story out there, and hopefully I can help the next person, or somebody can relate, But anyway, going back to the story, I finally found an OBGYN to go to. So I was excited, nervous, and everything. And I said, I want to, find out, how far along I am. I hope everything is okay with the pregnancy and all of that. I was having pregnancy symptoms. I was, all of that, just all of that. So, found the OBGYN. I go to the OBGYN. This is the very first initial appointment. They did an ultrasound, and when they did the ultrasound, the ultrasound tech lady, she was very quiet. And I just remember, my daughter is 10 years old, so I remember when I had an ultrasound with her, they was just snapping pictures, happy, talking, it was just a happier experience. This time, it was just quiet. I asked her, I'm like, do you see a baby? She was like, yes, you are pregnant. And I said, okay. And I'm like, oh, are you going to take pictures, the sonogram pictures? I said, are you going to take pictures or anything? She was like, well, we usually take pictures at the end. And I said, okay. But I remember them taking pictures through the whole thing with Karina. So I was just like, okay. So she was like, well, after she did everything, she was like, we're going to put you in this other room so the doctor can talk to you and, move on from there. I said, okay. This was at the end of April, I believe. So the doctor, she came in and talked to me, and she was just like, I'm so sorry to tell you this, but your baby don't have a heartbeat. I'm like, what? And she was like, well, you're measuring at 8 weeks, but there's no heartbeat. And then she was like, and also there was 2. And I'm like, what? So I was just so shocked. I really was just stuck. Like, I was just shocked. I didn't know. I just didn't even, I was just shocked. I'm like, wow. And then she was just so like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that this happened to you. And I'm just sitting there like, it's okay. It's okay. And I just kept saying that because I just kind of knew something was going to happen. And I hate to say that because I'm the type of person, anybody can tell you that knows me. I am the most positive person. I'm always trying to find the good in everything. I'm always trying to be that person that is just like, everything's going to work out. Everything's going to be okay. And that's how I was through the whole process of me finding out I was pregnant. It was like I prayed so hard to ask God to give me a healthy pregnancy, a healthy baby. But still in the back of my mind, I was like, I hope nothing go wrong, because I already had 2 other miscarriages. And if my body can handle those pregnancies, will it be able to handle this pregnancy? And then on top of that, is my lupus affecting me being pregnant? The doctors in Ohio said, you can keep trying, because my lupus is not aggressive. It's not, attacking my major organs or anything like that. So, they didn't really have a concern about the pregnancy in that state. They just said that if I was to become pregnant, it would be high risk. Now, I do go back and forth and think if I probably would have gotten sooner, maybe that would have helped. I don't know. But at the same time, it's the heart stopped at 8 weeks. So even if I did get sooner, if the heart was supposed to stop at 8 weeks, it was going to stop at 8 weeks. So, with that being said, she shocked me and was like, it wasn't just one, it was 2 babies in there. And, she gave me options on what I could do. They called it a missed miscarriage, because they was still there. I did not have any signs or symptoms of a miscarriage. I didn't have any cramping. I didn't have any bleeding. These flies. Yeah, I didn't have any cramping. I didn't have any bleeding. I didn't have any of those symptoms. So when it was just like, my stomach, they kept asking me, is your stomach hurting? Are you cramping? Did you have any blood loss? Anything? I'm like, no. So that's why they called it a miscarriage. So the options that she gave me, she was like, okay, you can either do the DNC, which is the surgical procedure, which I had that done before in 2015. And they said that, or you can, it's a pill called the abortion pill, where you can get it from Planned Parenthood. It's like $500. You can take this pill and it'll just naturally push everything out of you. Like it'll be like a really bad period. And so that's what I was like, maybe I can just do that because I don't want to get another surgery. I have had a couple of surgeries and I was just like, I don't really want to get another surgery. So I chose that option, and then another option she said was, or you can just let it happen naturally. And I'm like, well, my thing is, if it ain't happened naturally already, because one thing I didn't tell you guys is, the babies was measuring at 8 weeks, but I was pregnant longer than that. I was pregnant more so 12 or 13 weeks. So I'm like, we don't know when the heart stopped, how long they've been sitting in there, and then on top of that, you want me to just leave it in there until it just come out. What if it don't come out? Then that can cause infection and all of that. So I was like, no, I just want to, the best option that would be for me. So I tried to do the pill option. That didn't happen. So I had to schedule to get a DNC. The crazy part about that is, since we're going through the whole pandemic, kids are not allowed in the hospital. And if some of you may not know, but when me and my family moved to Florida, it's just me, my husband, and my daughter. We don't have any family down here. So I had to go and get this surgery alone. Like, my husband had to literally drop me off because he couldn't come in the waiting room or in the room with me because kids are not allowed to step foot in the hospital, period. So he literally dropped me off and just waited at the hospital for me to get done with the surgery. It was the same day surgery, so outpatient procedure. So I got dropped off at 3 o'clock and they was done with everything by 8:30. We probably got home by 9:30 or something like that. So that was so very stressful. That was all stressful. Through it all, it was very mentally draining. I was very stressed out. I was very sad. I'm still kind of sad a little bit, but I wasn't, it comes and goes because like that's a heavy hit. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I don't know if it's a part of lupus. And when I asked the doctors, they don't know. It could be, like, that's what they say. Like, it could be, or it could have just naturally happened. Like, I want to know, So I have been pregnant 4 times, and I have 1 baby. So I did hear, other people with lupus say that they have problems with pregnancies, and some people with lupus have multiple babies and don't have any issues with being pregnant or, the babies, any of that. So one thing I do want to say is everybody lupus is different, One thing I do want to say, I feel like I am blessed. I am highly favored. I am blessed. My lupus is still mild. I know that I do not want to try and have any more kids. I wasn't really trying this time either, but I wasn't preventing it. So, to be honest. So, I'm definitely going to be a little more careful. I'm sorry, I'm waving at these flies. It is so many flies in here. I need some fly traps. But with my lupus, I really don't like, most days I literally don't even feel like I have lupus. And I thank God for that, because I know people with lupus and their problems are way worse. So I thank God, that I don't have like a horrible case of lupus. I do want to run down some of the issues that I do have with lupus. I honestly do believe that lupus is affecting me, um, with trying to have a baby, affecting my fertility. Like, I believe my child that I have now, she is a miracle baby. She truly is. My doctors in Cincinnati, they believe that um, I got lupus right after I had her. So I do believe that my child is a miracle baby. I'm happy that she's here, and I'm happy that I had her. Um, I want to say that the other symptoms that I do have is, one thing with people with lupus is the sun. I live in hot, sunny Florida, and I just know what I can do. But the sun, it's like you're almost allergic to it, because if you are in the sun for too long, for me, with lupus, it literally will make me sick. Like, if I stand in the sun, no hat on, or and that sun is just draining on me, beating down on me, it will make me sick. It's different. It's just a different type of feeling, but it will literally make me sick. It will cause a flare up in the lupus. So what I do is I have hats. I have sun hats. I have like trucker hats. I have ball caps, whatever. That, and those big fluffy beach hats. Yes, I would wear all of that, to make sure that at least the sun is not just beating down on me. So that's one thing. The next thing is my hair. Like I have stated many a times, lupus gave me alopecia. So it's not so severe to the point where I'm bald headed. I have a nice amount of hair, but I have bald spots all throughout. You know what I'm saying? So that just really made me self-conscious about my hair. I used to love to wear wraps and love to wear my hair down and out, but since that happened, I started wearing wigs, because I just don't even, it's just depressing to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's another symptom that I have from lupus. It's just that my, the alopecia. And another issue is, I have to watch certain things that I eat and drink. I tried 90%. I'm trying to drink water every day, all day. I limit my pop. Pop makes me sick. Some people call it soda, but I'm from up north. I call it pop. So drinking dark pop like Pepsi, Coca-Cola, anything dark pop, it's like it will attack me or something. It would instantly make me sick, not feel good. But pop is not good for anybody. It's a mucus builder, and it builds up mucus, and that's just not good. But yeah, so it's just certain things that I know that I shouldn't eat or I shouldn't drink, that I know what I need to do to be able to be okay. One thing about lupus that people might not know is lupus literally attacks your body. So lupus is an autoimmune illness. Like, my own body is basically attacking itself. That is what lupus is. That's how I can explain it. But yes, it's like your body is just attacking itself. And some people, it's worse than others. Every single person that has lupus, their case is different. Some people like me have it mild, and some people, like I know, like I have a cousin that where it is attacking her kidneys, or I know I have another family member where her lupus is nothing like my lupus. I know people that's literally taking 30 pills a day to stay alive from their lupus. I take maybe 2 pills. So when you hear about lupus, just know that it is, some people are in pain every single day of their life. Some people might not be in pain. People have to take medication to live. and some people might not, you know. So I did want to just run this past you guys. I wanted to share my story with you. It is Lupus Awareness Month, and I wanted to share my lupus story and update you guys from my previous story, because it's been a couple of years since I made my first lupus story. And like I said, if you have not watched that, go back and watch the first story where I go into more detail, and then get caught up with this story, and you can just see where I'm at with this lupus journey. But one thing I always say is I do not claim this disease. I do not claim it. I'm not one of those people that walk around and say I'm sick. You know, I hear a lot of people walk around and be like, oh, I'm sick. Or, you know, even family members, oh, you know, she's sick. She got lupus, or she got this. No, do not put that on me. Do not put that on me. I am not sick, and I'm not walking around claiming I'm sick. I'm not putting that energy on me. I am not sick. And I feel like, I'm a lupus warrior, because I am beating this. I am fighting it. I feel like I am going to be fine. I'm okay. Like I said, most days I wake up, I don't even realize. I just don't even think about having lupus. I'm not sick. I'm not, and I put that into existence in the atmosphere. Like, I am not sick. And I'm not about to ever put that in my mind to make myself think that I'm sick. And I will continue to try to live a healthier life. I will continue to try to eat, some people make fun of me because I try to eat organic, or I try to get good quality meat or good quality food. I try to shop at Whole Foods or Trader Joe's. I even got Butcher Box because they are organic and good quality. And I'm going to do what I can for myself. I go through my times where I try to do green smoothies, and, I try my best. I am human. But like I said, I know what my triggers are. I know what causes my flare-ups with lupus. And I know what I need to do and what works for me. And, what works for me might not work for the next person. It depends on how severe their lupus is. But like I said, I am truly blessed. I am truly blessed. And, and I am, managing myself well with this. And so, like I said, I wanted to share my story. And, hopefully I can help someone, and hopefully someone can relate to me. And I know there's a lot of people out there with lupus. It seems like over the years you hear it more and more and more. Years ago, I never heard a thing about it until I had a little cousin that had it, and found out that she had it. And, so now I know. But yeah, I'm not claiming no illness on my body. And that's one thing about me. I'm gonna be okay. And yes, that's just what it's gonna be. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something else about me if you didn't know. So I will see you guys in the next video. Like I said, today is May 29th. I am going to try to get this up as soon as possible. Hopefully I can get it up today. If not, it will be up tomorrow. But it will definitely be up in May, because like I said, May is Lupus Awareness Month. And I want to share my lupus story. And it's just so many flies. So I need to get out of this garage. And I will definitely see you guys in the next video. And stay tuned, because I have a lot of footage to share with you about the life of Steph, living the life in Florida, living the Florida life. So peace out, you guys.